Bienvenue à Let's Play Bastion, part 5, probablement. Something like that. Donc, on commence à se rendre un peu plus loin. On a une coupe de weapons. C'est les pikes. Ok, let's go.
Point Lemaine's Grand Rail once brought the riches of the wild right to our doorstep.
Eh ben, alright, let's do this.
Know how Caelandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Que ça va bien repeater, mais ça va changer pour un musket. Army
Kid might as
carbine.
well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
Ok, puis ça va comment je passe là.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The Grand Rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
Power shot. Trouve-moi les grâces, là.
The Grand Rail's all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Not much wiggles up there near the rail. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, cough, and fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
going. Hey, hey, hey.
Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rail's seen much more fighting in bygone times.
Repeat. There we go.
Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zulf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp weed? While peggers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zulf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia.
Okay.
Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. The city, its riches nothing but fragments now. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. We talk a little, here and there. That's the way to make every shot count. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape. The shards are getting harder to find. That's Trigger Hill, where the Army's elite became the finest marksmen in the land. Caelandia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Caelandian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. Kid blows through that course like it was nothing.
All right.
The Caelandian army would have recruited him in a flash. No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong. Not everything blew up in the Calamity. Why, Culford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. Best to keep out of the cauldron. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt.
Oops.
The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found.
Ah, burp, 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 burp.
We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Colford Cauldron, looked down through all the smoke and flames, we saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jocelyn Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Pops open on him like a pimple on a school day. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The breakers. Ain't no one could outrun them. Or their arrows. The trappers. Daring bunch of fools. They'll be missed. The triggers. My brothers. Bravest men I ever knew. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight. They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols. Bold brandy is thicker than paint. Makes your skin feel as tough as knife bark. The service for all the men and women who serve Celandia. He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets. That ought to give those dueling pistols a little extra kick. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that. A sail hammer's only as strong as its spine. That's a strong spine. He put some finishing touches on the business end of that thing. When you've got a solid balance, you've got what you need. The inspiration, a forge can fashion anything. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan. Grady incinerator is where we sent off all our trash to be burned or be eaten by the wilds. Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Ceylondia. In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers. Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint. Too bad we can't all fly. Wasn't any other way to teach those peckers some respect. Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash?
Bon, mais ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui, pour Let's Play Bastion, considérant qu'il va y avoir extrêmement beaucoup de bruit. Je pourrais pas nécessairement parler. Donc, à la prochaine, on se reprend.